What is up, guys? Whoa, right? This isn't really a good cosplay. Yeah, I did this. It doesn't look at all like what Pennywise actually looks like, which is why we're talking about the movie It. Directed by Andy Muschietti, this is not a remake or a reboot of the It miniseries. It is a movie adaptation of the Stephen King novel and covers this group of kids known as the Losers Gang. They're a bunch of misfits getting bullied, going through high school, hitting puberty, trying to find love. Anything that you can think of that you had as a kid, you can relate to with these characters. A bunch of kids are going missing. Nobody knows what's happening, and the parents seem ultimately clueless. Going into this, I didn't have much expectations. The trailer is like one of the most viewed trailers of all time, and Pennywise as a kid scared the mother out of me. Now, once seeing the trailer, when the new Pennywise pops up from the sewer grate, I was just like, nope, I'm done. I can't do this. Tim Curry did the iconic Pennywise first, and now we have Bill Skarsgård doing the new Pennywise. But the question is, was he scary, and is this movie worth your time? Yes, it absolutely is. This is one of the best and most iconic horror films that you're going to see maybe in the past 2 or 3 years. Let's talk about the characters. All of these kids in this movie are fantastic. Every bit of dialogue, the performances, the way that you relate to every one of these characters. You can pick out any kid in the group and relate completely to what they're going through. And I guarantee you, you will not leave the theater without seeing a kid that you relate to and that you were as a kid in some ways. The movie expertly looks at each kid's fears and draws them out. And that's where Pennywise is really well utilized in the film, because he's not necessarily just popping up and doing stuff. No, he's finding the weakest points of these kids' fears and just drawing blood out of that as much as he can. There's a lot of jump scares in the movie, which you would say is kind of a downer for a horror film. A lot of people don't like jump scares. They're a little bit too easy, but the way that they set up these jump scares are so rewarding and so earned. Bill Skarsgård absolutely kills it as Pennywise. He was terrifying. I was always unsettled when he was on screen, and even the parts in the trailer that you might have already seen, they still freak you out. They still pay off, and that's a great testament to the director. The way that everything was shot, it's shot beautifully. It's got great cinematography. I don't want to spoil too much of this movie because I want everybody to go see it that loves horror films. This is in your wheelhouse. Exactly the type of movie that needs to come out in September, and I'm so glad I was able to see it. If you don't like horror films, I wouldn't really say that you should go see this movie. It's not necessarily all horror. The humor cuts through the tension perfectly. When you need to come up for air during those suspenseful times, the comedy really helps to relieve that, and then it puts you right back into some of the most terrifying things. If you like movies like Stand By Me, if you like The Goonies, if you like Stranger Things, you have to check this movie out. It's rated R, so don't be a dick and bring in your kids to this movie. If you are a parent and you bring your kids to it, you are a horrible parent. Let the adults play and enjoy this movie. It definitely has a lot of blood, a lot of gore. It's not heavy-handed like it would be with Evil Dead or something like that, but it does have it, so be warned about that if you're a little bit squeamish when it comes to blood and things like that. I would definitely say go check it out in the theater. See this with a big crowd. You guys are going to come out of this as family because you're all just clinging onto each other, trying not to crap your pants watching this. The only really things that I can complain about with the film is that in some of the kids' story arcs, they didn't necessarily pay off the way that I'd hoped they would. They weren't as fleshed out. And I do wish to an extent that the marketing kept a lot of these secrets more of a secret, because you can kind of tell where some of it's going. You don't expect a lot, but some you can tell. Definitely go check out It. Go see it tonight. Go see it again tomorrow. Watch this film. It deserves your money. It deserves your attention. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. So what did you guys think of It? Whatever you thought, leave a comment down below. What is your biggest childhood fear that came from a horror film? Let me know. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. Knowing that you guys are subscribing and checking out this channel is what makes me want to keep doing this, that gives me the motivation to keep doing these reviews. I love you, I appreciate you, and I will see you at the next review.